This is Bo's Joinery Shop. It serviced the rest of the yard, whether it be new railway line props or any sort of woodwork that was required, because you didn't buy in those days. There was no B&Q, there's no wood yards. It was basically you got the resources and you made it yourself. This piece of wood we needed down to this size. So the first part is to use the circular saw to strip it in half so it gives a true cut. You could not do that with a handsaw. That should be it. Lowering the guard in case the wood kicks back and could injure somebody, or splinters fly off, or the wheel itself comes loose. Today we're building a small-scale replica of a tub which would be used down the mine and would be pushed. Generally it would be made of steel, but in this case we're going to make it of wood, and it's going to be converted for a planter. What we're doing is squaring it up to save as much wood as possible. We don't want to be wasting any. So when it comes to sanding, there's very little to do. That's it. Just a steady nip. They now need to be left for at least 2 hours to go off, but normally to cure fully it takes 24 hours. So they'll be left probably overnight. Just drop it on this, just in case we're going to move it again. Count your fingers. A planer is basically a mechanised hand plane. To cut the edge, I would use the top and I would pass my wood through and we'll cut it. Underneath we'll have a table to cut the flat side of the wood. This is the adjuster for the table. You need to present the wood to the blades. So to start with, you turn it up until you make contact with the blades, which is that. Take it down slightly, and then you start putting the wood through. Makes that side level. There might be a slight bow in that, so the next cut we're going to turn it around and cut the other side so it's totally square. Next stage is sanding. That edge is very sharp and can cut, so we'll just do a quick sand on the belt sander to take the edge off and to take the roughness off the ends. We've got one last cut to make for the end pieces, which we're going to cut on the crosscut saw. It's got a gauge where I can put a stop on, so I can guarantee that every time I cut, it's always the same size, and that'd be ideal for the ends of the tub. We've got the side panels, which will be stacked up and fitted together using these. And we've also got the end panels, which will be going on there, and it'll be glued on like that. So that's one panel. What we're doing now is setting the places for the boards to butt up to each other. So you put a piece of board the right thickness, which will eventually screw in like that. Draw a line so I can set this piece in here, and then the boards will stand and be screwed in like that. You've got enough overhang just for a little bit of sanding on that side and a little bit on that side, and that's how we'll work the screw holes again. Check it's right. That's it. It's good. One section on. we've got 3 sides on. We're going to put the final side on. We'll put the battens in there and then lay the long pieces, which are over here. And then we've got your box made up.
Good.
Beautiful. Good to go. Every colliery and every yard had wagons appropriate to them, and they would get billed for whatever work was done on them. Right, that looks good to go. This is the frightening bit. We only get one go at this. 1, 2, 3. Yowza. What we've created is a mini scale tub that would be used down the mines underground, and it'll be pushed by children and women generally, because the men were at the front hewing the coal, that is cutting the coal out. You start off with the forge, where the blacksmith has knocked up 4 wheels and an axle. The engineering have put the bosses on to hold the axle together, and in the joinery the woodwork's gone on the top to make basically the box to go on the axles.